What is up, everybody? Welcome into another episode here on Wide Eye Sports Day. We are doing our Cowboys episode. We talk Vikings, Bears, Cowboys, and Chiefs each week on the podcast. Boys, we're talking Cowboys today. Spoon at the end there is our resident Cowboys insider. And Spoon, how do you feel about the Cowboys?
Well, we're in salary cap hell.
All right.
It doesn't look like it doesn't look like it's getting any better from what we're hearing.
So I have a couple things I want to talk about. Obviously, the first of which is this big number up in the top left here.
Such a crazy number.
$74 million for Dak Prescott. I know you're not a Dak believer, if you would call him that.
Never have been.
Yeah, and I know you hate that number. What are the odds? Would you be okay with paying Dak $50 million? $40 million?
I mean, I guess $50 million is not bad.
$50 million. So if he could come to $24 million, if he could come to,
go ahead.
I was gonna say if he could come to a deal where he comes down to $50 million, and they spread $12 million over void years, would you be more interested in something like that? You're still out on it.
I mean, I wouldn't be. I would be. I guess I'd be more okay with that. It's just
because right now he's due. Okay, so maybe not. Maybe we don't do that. I may have lied. We might not want to do that. Because okay, no, we're good. He has one void year right now for $9 million, so you could pay him $21 million that year, and then $12 million the next year. But that would be when he's off the team. But then you still have to factor in you have to pay him $70 million next year, and then if you keep him on the team for his age 35 season, you're paying him $80 million the year after that. So it's rough. It's rough. Dak is a more modern day version of the Kirk archetype that is going to give you a floor of 7, 8, 9 wins. But they also don't have they take up too much of the cap for you to build a roster that's Super Bowl worthy. And you're getting top 15 quarterback for top 5 pay because of potential.
Yeah, looking at other contracts, I mean, I would probably be okay with $50 million, but
yeah. And keep in mind Tua and Kyler, they're both going away.
Yeah. I mean, Baker's making more than that. I don't think Baker's worth 52. Love Baker, but I don't think
yeah.
Josh Allen is worth 56. Jared Goff is not worth 69.
Yeah, no.
But
I love it.
I know you do. Go ahead.
I would argue some other guys on this list.
Like Stafford, he shouldn't make more than Stafford. He shouldn't make more than Burrow. He shouldn't make more than Herb. I would put him probably right in between the Sam Darnold, Justin Herbert contract.
So all in all, if you were to move off of Kenny Clark, you essentially trade Micah Parsons for Quentin Williams and a first-round pick, which isn't terrible.
It's not bad. I don't hate that.
Not terrible at all. But it still sucks that you're giving away a piece of the trade, which you said will help us win in the future. You're just wiping that, but you can't really afford to pay him $21 million and Quentin Williams $21 million and 3 other guys over $25 million. Like somebody in this, DeRon Bland's is kind of my big one that I think probably is going to get, I don't know what his, let's see here, open window. Let me look here. He is due. So you can't really cut him this year.
We can't cut him. It's gonna ruin our cap.
Yeah.
We would.
Yeah, no. You can cut him next year.
He would. I mean.
Oh my god, dude! This contract is. Oh my god.
Dude, DeRon Bland's?
Yeah, DeRon Bland's.
Yeah, I know. I saw it.
Oh.
I mean,
they're paying him 4 void years at 8, 8, 8, and 4.2.
See, this is a scenario where. With DeRon Bland, I would probably look for a team that has a bunch of cap, see if they would be willing to pay that, and move up in the draft. Like, let's say we trade, for instance, we trade him away, we give up a 4th-round pick, and we receive a 5th-round pick. Just to be like, hey, thanks for taking this contract. Like, we don't want it. That would be a scenario where what I could see happening with DeRon Bland. That's what I wish would happen with DeRon Bland. Because, there's a lot of teams that could take on that $17 million contract easily.
Yeah, I agree with that entirely. Another big one. How do you guys the elephant in the room, George Pickens? Be paying him $27 million, which would put him as the 4th highest paid player on the team, tied for 3rd, really, with Tyler Smith. I think he'd make 27.4 or 27.6. So either 3rd or 4th highest paid player on the team. That means you're paying Dak, CD, and now George Pickens a grand total of what you would have paid Dak, CD, and Micah. So you're in the exact same. Now, granted, you have Quentin Williams now, which you didn't have before. But you also have to pay Quentin Williams, which you didn't have to do before. So, and I'm not saying he's not worth the money because I think he is. He's definitely worth the money. But you're doing the exact same thing you were having to do before.
Yep.
You could have got CD originally and got CD under Justin Jefferson and been at CD for 32, 33 million. And then sign Micah for the 40, and you'd be $5 million ahead of where you're at right now.
Yeah, I mean, I wish the Cowboys would take notes on everybody trying to sign these guys early. Like, even look at I know Patrick Mahomes signed a huge deal, but like they have him locked up for like next year. He's not one of the top paid quarterbacks.
Hold on.
He's never been.
But that's because he keeps pushing money down the road. The Chiefs are going to be absolutely by that in the long term.
Yeah, they are. They're
look
pushed.
at the Saints.
I know that they're
Steven, look at what the Saints had to do. They don't have a roster right now because of Drew Brees. It's going to be the same thing.
I mean,
they are pushing way too much money behind for sure.
They are
I agree.
Throwing money into the back end of this deal.
It
is going to extremely handicap.
But I know we're not supposed to be talking about the Chiefs. Whatever.
Good point.
Even looking at his contract and comparing it to Dak's, there's only 1 year that he's due to make more than 56 mil. Right now, that's with looking at Dak's contract, he's due 74 mil, and then he's due like 68 next year, then 78 in 2028 unless there's an out, but shit, that's still 50 million in dead cap. Like you're gonna have to keep him. You don't want to put 50 million on the
there's literally no way the Chiefs can get out of this contract without paying an exorbitant amount of money.
Yeah, no, but my point is that
unless Steven, to your credit, unless the only way they do that is whenever they sit down in 2029 to sign the new agreement between the NFL and the NFLPA, unless they go, you know what, as the Players Association, we're going to clear all void years from here on out. If that happens, they're saved. Miracle. Short of that, they're going to have to pay him crazy void years because of all the money they'd push back.
And even in a situation where they extend him, where they just make this contract longer, there's no way that the money.
No, you can. That can happen. But they extend it, right? So you're taking the money from now and now pushing it back. But the money from now is at that time is actually the money from right now. So you'd be taking money from 2026. They've moved it into 2032 or 2033 right now. So now in 2030, when they're extending him because they have to pay him in 2031, you're now taking the money you have to pay him in 2031, which will be 60 million, and the 50 million that you moved from this year and move that to 2034. So now you're on the hook for 110 million then, and he's probably 40 by then, not even
by then. And by then the cap will be $1 billion. I'm not worried. I don't know what you guys are worried about.
This is more of a question. If he's set to make that money anyways, can't he just take a $1 million contract the first 2 void years and just make the void years?
So that's not how that works. Whenever they move money like this, the void years they're doing is just for NFL accounting. Okay, what they're actually doing is they're going to Patrick and being like, hey, we'll give you you're set to make $40 million this year against our cap. If we pay you $40 million right now, we can take that money, convert it to a signing bonus, and spread it out over void years on our books. So they give him a check, and then the NFL allows them to take that from this year's cap, put it as a signing bonus. Signing bonuses can be applied to void years. So then you spread it out evenly over void years. So you take that 50, you spread it out over 3 years. Now you're paying 17 million extra a year. But in Steve's example, where they do the extension, now you have to take that 50 million and push it even farther down the road. but the cap will be higher then, so players will be getting paid more money then. You don't just escape that 50 million. That 50 million eventually has to get paid. That's the point. And so right now, whether you're paying it in void years or not, Patrick Mahomes is taking away X amount of percentage from the cap either this year or then. Either way, he's taking away that same percentage. And that's what people forget. That's why the Saints are in hell right now and can't put until this season. This is the first season since like that Rams year that the Saints have been able to field a real roster because of salary cap hell. The cap is very real and everybody's got to pay it eventually. Has to happen.
Cap doesn't exist, Runner. You should know that.
No, it very much exists.
My whole point to this whole conversation, though, is that Dak Prescott is due for the next 3 years. He's due
a lot
more than Patrick Mahomes.
Yeah.
So Patrick Mahomes has one big year where it's 85 mil, but besides that, his next lowest is 56 mil. And here we are, we're due to pay Dak 74, 68, and 78 million the next year.
The Dak contract's just as bad. Don't get me wrong. It's atrocious.
This contract is terrible, and it's what's screwing up all of our salary right now because we can't sign anybody good to go along with them. And then to add on to what you said earlier, we're waiting till the last minute to sign these guys because obviously with the salary continuing to go up, these guys are going to keep asking for more and more and more money. That's why you need to sign them as soon as you can. Just take it because the following year, it's probably going to go up 5 mil.
Which is why I believe
the Chiefs going to go up 10 mil.
The Chiefs should have just paid Mahomes money. That's why I think the Vikings should just pay Justin Jefferson the money now. Just get it over with, get it out of the way, and that way when he's 30, we don't owe him $40 million still.
Do you think Jerry Jones thought the cap would be higher when he signed this contract with Dak?
Probably.
There's no idea what that crazy man's thinking.
I would assume so. Based on the contract he gave him, I would assume so. And it's going to keep going up every year. It's going to keep going up as long as the NFL is good, right? But so do the percent. The way the agents sign deals, it's based off percentages. That's how Tua ends up with $50 million is because that season Tua threw for 50,000 yards. And so he's a top 3 quarterback that year. So, hey, we're at least top 10. We deserve top 10 money and we want to reset the market. So we want top 7 money. So now he's at 53 million and then he falls off the face of the planet. That's how those things happen. And it'll just continue to happen forever. Kirk Cousins, back when he signed with the Vikings for the first time, biggest guaranteed contract in NFL history was $27.5 million a year. 27.5. There are 3 dudes on the Cowboys making more than that less than a decade later. And that was insane money. Like in 10 years, it's gonna be insane. But so will the payouts. The payouts, everything goes up percentage-wise. Yes, the cap will be $1 billion, but they will also percentage-wise have to keep paying more. So you're still having to spend that money, and it may become less of a percentage over time that you're having to spend on it technically, but you still have to spend it, and that will hurt future teams.
Do you think the NFL should start doing max contracts on quarterbacks?
I think
to limit this from happening in the future.
I think the NFL and the NFLPA will have a very long negotiation in 2029 and 2030 to get ahead of the 2031 and 2032 deadline of the collective bargaining agreement because there is so much money involved in it right now and everybody wants to be paid fair and everybody wants stuff accordingly. It's going to be a lot. I don't know exactly how they're going to handle it, but man, it is hard to imagine a world. I mean, we're 2 or 3 years from $100 million quarterback, like probably. Straight up.
Yeah.
So
Arch Manning, here you go.
Exactly. let's say Drake May comes out and learns and starts getting good against bad or good teams now, and they go to another Super Bowl. I mean, I bet there's a cap hit in that 5-year, 7-year deal that's $100 million. So it's just baffling to me. So yeah, it would be something more along the lines of percentage of revenue, I think. That would be allocated, because that's what the cap is, right? It's a percentage of revenue. So it would be almost its own cap hit for quarterbacks only. Like, hey, you can only have 10% of your revenue be applied to any one single position, right? So that makes it $1 billion. That makes it $100,000, right? So now the cap hit for any one player, it's kind of like a max contract. So but we'll see. We'll see. Spoon, you got anything else you want to add about your Cowboys?
No. Well, I'm actually very happy about the Javonte Williams signing.
I thought that was a great deal.
Here. I thought it was really good. I've been a fan of his whenever he was in Denver. I thought he was really good. So yeah, I'm really happy about that. But that's kind of the only thing I'm really happy for so far in the offseason.
I just to wrap it up, I do not like paying George Pickens. Franchise tagging him, I don't like it.
Well, our other problem is that we're $25 million. No, we're $26 million under the cap. Cutting Kenny Clark, we're still going to be short. And then we have 2 first-round picks that combined, that's $8 million that we got to pay both those first-round picks. So it's like we have a lot of money that we need to start clearing out. So I don't know. I'm kind of curious how they're going to do that, because obviously with the George Pickens signing, that's going to
they only have 2 weeks. They have 2 weeks.
Yeah. But with the George Pickens,
how much money?
If we franchise tag George Pickens, and that's going to put us at like negative 50-something mil, almost negative 60 mil under the cap. So I don't know where we're going to find that money from at all.
Yeah, I don't know.
No idea.
I keep
You're going to
telling
have
you
20 guys
doesn't
on the
exist.
roster.
It does exist.
It
You just
doesn't.
haven't had to pay it yet.
It
It's a
doesn't
coming.
exist.
It's a
Watch,
coming, dude.
all we're gonna do is just give, and the Cowboys are gonna do the same thing. Just gonna give our quarterbacks a cut of the team, just a small portion,
That's what it takes.
just
Yeah.
a small bit.
And
That's
and
it.
the Cowboys are in another tough scenario. We're not one player away from winning a Super Bowl. We're still multiple players too.
I mean, they'll tell you they're one defense. They're one. The defense just needs to be flipped. But all right, you got anything else you want to add before we wrap it up here?
No.
All right, Riley, Steve.
Nope.
All right. I mean, that was a quick episode, guys. We ran through the Cowboys, like most teams do.
Yeah, most teams do.